Okay, so what I'm saying is we are looking at some more practical sessions when it comes to functions in Python, okay? And basically, we are looking at our first practical session, which is temperature conversion, okay? Now, oh, okay. Sorry, guys, I've not selected my kernel. That's why I'm getting different. Yes, good. So now we are good to go. So we are looking at temperature conversion. So you see, this is our first practical example, and it's going to be very simple. Now, all that I want to do is I want to convert temperature between Celsius and Fahrenheit. Okay, so I want to convert temperature between convert temperature between Celsius. Sorry, Celsius. Okay, Celsius and Fahrenheit. Okay, Fahrenheit. Okay, I think there's N here. Fahrenheit, right? Fahrenheit. Yep, I'm correct, right? Am I correct? Okay. So now, all that we are going to do is we are going to have a temperature conversion. And with this temperature conversion, we are going to use functions in Python to do that. Okay? And remember, our first thing is function definition. So we say def, okay? So we are defining the function. Def, what are we converting? Temperature. So we will say convert underscore temperature. Okay? Now we say convert underscore temperature, and this is a function. So don't forget your open and close bracket. Okay, now with the open and close bracket, now in a comment section, guys, what do you think will be our parameters? Type in the comment section, what do you guys think our parameters would be? What do you guys think our parameters will be? In the comment section, let's go. So we want to convert temperature between Celsius and Fahrenheit. So what will be our parameters? Someone said degrees. Quarks. No quarks. Quarks for what? Temp. Yeah, so temp. The first temp is correct. Comma. We need our last one. We are converting temperature between, okay, we are converting temperature between Celsius and Fahrenheit. So the temperature is correct, temp. Level 1. And the unit of measurement. So the unit, okay. So now it's very important. It can be any variable name, that's fine, but make sure it goes according to what you are doing. That is why it's very important, okay, so that anyone who sees your program understand what you're doing. Now our next one will be our doc string, isn't it? Remember I told you this professional way, the doc string. So I will say this function, okay, this function what converts what does it convert? Converts temperature between what? Between Celsius and what? Between Celsius and Fahrenheit, right? Fahrenheit. Okay, Fahrenheit. So it converts. Let me collapse this one. It converts what? This function converts temperature between Celsius and Fahrenheit. So this is our doc string. Remember I told you this is the best practice, okay? Whatever I'm teaching you here, you know I always teach you the best practice. So we first define our function, convert temperature with parameters temp and what? Unit. And then inside the function, we first set our doc string, which helps any developer who picks your code understand that, okay, this is what this function does. And now this function converts temperature between Celsius and Fahrenheit. Now I'll click like this. Indentation is very important. Now I'll use if conditional statement, and I've taught you conditional statement. If you just join us, we have Discord channel. The Discord channel is here. You can join, and the link is on YouTube. Once you go to Darko Labs and then go to the link section here, you should see the Discord link there. you can join the community. This is an AI bootcamp. So if you are interested in anything AI, please join the community, and you'll be happy to learn so many things. All right, and we also post the YouTube video on all that we do. We post it on YouTube, so kindly follow me, subscribe on YouTube. So currently we have 11 videos there, so kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel so that more people can get engaged and learn all these video sessions. Okay, all right. So now, and all the resources are also posted on Discord. So we have all the resources posted on Discord and all that, which you can learn. If you have any issue, any challenge, everything well structured on the Discord. All right. Okay, guys. So now we are going to use a conditional statement. So if our unit is equal to, let's say the Celsius. Okay. So if our unit is equal to C, so that's our condition, our first condition. Then we are going to return what? What are we going? So you see, instead of you saying print, blah blah blah, we are not going to use the print anymore. So you guys see here. So we are using the return instead of the print. So I'm saying that if the unit, the unit that the person will enter, if the unit is equal to C, okay, if it's equal to C, then return what? What are we returning? Return the temperature, okay, the temperature times. Let's give our Celsius to Fahrenheit is what? What's the calculation? The conversion for Celsius. I think it will be. Let's check. So this is practical. So conversion for Celsius to Fahrenheit. So you see we have it here. So let's look at the conversion for Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay. So Fahrenheit is. So okay, this is the formula. Okay, times this is equal to 0 degrees Celsius. Okay. Okay, so I want a proper. Okay, the easiest way to convert. Okay. All right. So you see the formula. Okay. So this plus this. Okay. And then we just pick it. All right. So now let's come back here. Okay. So we will say that return temperature times, so we are saying that if the unit is equal to C, return the temperature times what? Let's give our, so let's do the division first. We saw the calculation here. We do some kind of multiplication or division, then we add it, then we get the Fahrenheit. Okay. And if it's this one, we multiply plus this. Okay. All right. So I can mean, which means I can also do something like this. Temperature we multiply by, let's say 9 over 5, okay, plus, then we bring, let's say, plus 32 degrees. We know the 32, isn't it? Now, once we do something like this, then this is basically Celsius, okay, to Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit, yes. So this is the conversion from Celsius to Fahrenheit, okay. Now see something. If you remember this thing, remember the conditional statement, guys. If, so I'm saying that if this first condition is not met, if we go through this first condition, we should still go to another condition. If, that is else if, okay, the unit, all right, if the unit is equal to what? F. So you see, I'm setting Fahrenheit and then Celsius. So the first one is if the unit is equal to C, which is Celsius, return temperature times blah 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 plus 32, which is Celsius to Fahrenheit conversion. And then the next one is L. If the unit is equal to F, what do? I will return, okay, I'll return what? The temperature. I'll return the temperature. Okay, so let me return the temp minus the 32. We know temperature is what? All right. So let's look at conversion from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So Fahrenheit to Celsius. Fahrenheit to Celsius conversion. Okay, let's look at that conversion. So we see subtract subtract 32 from degrees. You see guys how to convert this. You see, subtract 32 from degrees Fahrenheit, divide the result by 1.8, okay, and then or 9 over 5. So the 1.8 is the same as 9 over 5. Let me click on this. So you see, Fahrenheit to Celsius is this. It's saying that convert temperature degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. So Fahrenheit, can you see the screen well? Is it clear now? Okay. So please, if it's clear, can you type in the comment section? Yes, Antoinette, yes, 9 over 5. That's correct. Good. So you see, but I want you guys to know the conversion here so that you're not confused. You're not confused on the code. Okay? Alright. So you see, I cannot just come and just type the code for you. I want you guys to understand where I'm getting the data. Okay? So you see that we are saying that F minus 32 divided by 9 over what? So the Celsius is equal to what? F. So Fahrenheit to Celsius. So let's see. Fahrenheit to Celsius. So we are saying that the what? The F, Fahrenheit. Now you see the logic here. This is Celsius to Fahrenheit. And now the Fahrenheit is going to be temperature times this. So that's why I'm saying that temp minus 32. And then now I'm saying that this is the Fahrenheit, which is the temp. Okay, minus 32 divided by 9 over 5. Okay, so now when we come here, so temp minus 32 times 1. This time around is going to be 5 over 9. Okay, so this is going to be our Fahrenheit to Celsius. Okay, you see the difference? So this is Celsius to Fahrenheit and then Fahrenheit to Celsius. Okay, so we are saying that we want to convert temperature and our parameters are going to be the temperature and then the unit. And we are setting our program in our function body. We are saying that if the unit is equal to C, then that particular C is our Celsius. So automatically we are going to compute the Celsius, and this is the computation for our Celsius. We will return C, the Celsius, as temperature times 9 over 5 plus 32. Else, if we want to get the unit, then if we want to get the Fahrenheit, conversion, then it will be also this. Okay, so now what we need to do next is to just say else. Okay, else, you see how I'm doing the indentation? Else, what do? We just return what? Who can tell me what we are returning in the comment section? And then I'll send you a gift. Or can I send a gift on live studio? I don't think so. So who can tell me what we are returning? Else, we return what? In the comment section. Let's go, guys. In the comment section. Let's go, guys. Return temp minus comma unit. Okay, yes, I'm waiting. I want 5 responses. You have entered invalid input. Okay. Non-valid temperature measurement. Josh and return Celsius. No, story, you are wrong. None. Falungege is correct. None. That is a proper practice, not valid. Those who are saying non-valid temperature, non-valid, you are all correct. Just that in terms of programming, wrong input, you guys are all correct. But the one who said return Celsius, no, we don't return Celsius here. Invalid is also correct. You guys are all correct. None is correct. Good. But the proper programming is none. Okay, we are returning none because we don't want to return anything, because if it doesn't go through our program, our function body, we don't get anything from our function body, then we return none. We don't return anything to the program, so you get empty. Okay, so we return what? None. Okay, we return none. Okay, so always make sure if within your body function nothing gets, you return none. Okay, previously we were returning different things, but now we are returning none. I now understand that you guys understand function, because the way you guys were bringing up the responses, you're good. Okay, so now when I run this, okay, and I decide to call my function, so let's first run this. Okay, so now let's call. or we can be here and still call them here. Okay, you know, in line with the def, we call the function here. So you see, I've run it, but I make sure that we have our function. Okay, so now I can call it the function anywhere I want. So I can just come here and copy this and here. Okay, and now I can say convert temp unit. So instead of temp unit, I will use a different one parameters. So I'm calling my function. This is how you call a function. So instead of this, I can just say, let's say 25 comma is, let's say let's say C. Okay, let's say C. Okay, Celsius. And then let's use another one which we will say, let's say 77 comma is, let's say F. So now you see we are calling our function. The reason why you guys see we are passing only two parameters, because our function accepts only two parameters. Check the temperature and the unit. And now we don't know the temperature. We are converting temperature between this and this. And we also know the units, which is C and F. Okay, so that's why you are seeing C and F, but we are passing the temperature here, and then based on that we will get a conversion too. So this is temperature conversion. You will get the Celsius and you get the Fahrenheit. So when I run this, I'll get what? 25. So you see, I pass the Celsius, I pass the Fahrenheit, and now I have 25. So now I've been able to convert temperature between Celsius and Fahrenheit. Okay, and with this code, I can still put this code here. I can cut this, close this, come here, enter, come here, and then put this code here, and it will still work. You see, 25. So yes, what's the difference between the docstring and hash for comment? Hash is just for comment like this. So this is the hash. It helps any reader understands what you are doing. Okay, but the docstring helps any developer understand what the function is doing. Okay, or what the function is all about. All right. What if someone enters small letter C or F as unit? So okay, so let's enter F, small c, small f. Remember, Python is what? Case sensitive. So you see, we are not getting anything. It doesn't know C and F. I told you in our previous sessions, Python is case sensitive. So we need to make sure it goes according to what we have. So that's why we are getting result. You see, when we enter small, we don't get anything. So we return none. That's why we didn't get anything, right? So you see, when I said small letters here, and even let me see small letters and big letters. Let's see. So we are still getting it. But the moment we say, it means here now, this thing means we need to do more logic to our code, our program. So it doesn't accept any small letters, any one of the small letters. But now you see, when I come here and I do something like F, I will not get, it will return none. I will not get anything. Okay, so let's take note. Python is case sensitive. When I run this, I'll get 25. Okay, we good? Is there any other question? Okay, there's no question. All right, let's look at another one. Let's look at how we can check password strength. Okay, password strength. Password strength. Password strength checker. Okay, so password strength checker. So we are looking at password strength checker. Now, with this password strength checker, we want to have a function that can check if the password is strong or not. Okay, so we want to have a function that checks, okay, the password the user enters, is it strong or not? That's it. Okay, so all that we need to do is come here and then we say def. Okay, our function definition def. What should we do the function name? So let's say is underscore strong underscore password. Okay, then inside we just pass the password, because now always understand the problem you are trying to solve. Okay, we are trying to solve a problem whereby we want to check any password the user enters. Then it means, is that password strong or not? So it's even telling you that we are going to use one, a conditional statement, and two, our parameter is going to be one. We are going to pass, our argument is going to be one parameter. Okay, so that's why you are seeing me entering password, only password, as my variable, which is my argument, okay, or my parameter. So once I come here, so now I've defined my function. This is my function definition. Now I need to get something in the body, but before that, remember the good practice, always have a doc string, okay, and by just pressing on your double quotation 2 times, you get your doc string, and it should be 3 on your left, 3 double quotation marks on your left, 3 double quotation marks on your right. Why did return only why did return only 25? Okay, yeah, it's because that is how we have set our program. Okay, so we can also make it like this. We can remove 25, we cut this one like this, we can run, and it will still set 25 because it does the calculation. So the only thing we can do is we can change this. So let's say this is 40, this is, let's say, 200. So you see, we are getting a different data, right? Okay, but this is for your understanding. You need to understand the concept of how you can do conversions, and also how you can pass and call your functions. And this is how we call them. All right. Okay, because we set to elif, that is why I'm calling it 2 times here. But if I didn't bring this elif, okay, I would have just called it the function once. All right. Okay. I was expecting it to return 2 results. No, because we just get this. Based on the logic here, it returns only 1 result, unless we go more deeper. Okay? Alright. Okay, so now, inside our doc string, what we are doing is, we are saying that this function checks if what? If the password is strong, sorry, the typing is strong or not. Okay, so this is what the function we are going to build. You see how I'm doing the thing? Now I'm saying that we want to have a function that checks if a password is strong or not. Okay, and all that I'm doing first I define my function, this one, and remember this name can be any name, but always I advise you, make sure the function name goes according to what you are doing. And now inside my function argument, I pass my parameters, which is the variable names that is attributed to what you are trying to solve. And currently we are trying to solve password checker, whether it's strong or not. That is why you are seeing me passing password here. Previously we were checking temperature conversion. That's why we passed temp and limit here. Okay, so any password the person enters, we will see whether it's strong or not. Okay, all right. So now let me come to the next line. Is there a question? I was expecting. Okay, we've done that one. It should return 2 results because of elif. It should return 2 results because of elif. Yeah, that's why it's not returning. You see, you see. If I even remove this, it will still return this. So what we can do is, let's cut this, right? Okay. You see, so let me make it return 2 results. So I think you guys are clear on this. So now, yes, so this is correct. If unit is this, okay, return this. This is correct. If this, return this. This is also correct. So let's make sure it return the two. What do we call it? Plus the 2 plus this. Return this. Okay. Then we print. Oh, okay. The reason why it's not returning is because so when I run this, I'm always using the normal print method. So let's add the print method, okay, which we will get all the result. So if you go deeper, you guys want us to go deeper. So now we have it here, and then now when I add the print like this here, okay. Sometimes when you are teaching, you go faster than what you are doing. All right. So you see, when I add the print here, it should return the result for this and also for this. But you know, when I was teaching, I was just, when I remove this, then I'll get the result for this and also this. So now when I run, I'll get 104 and then the 9.353. So you guys are clear now, right? You're good. We call the function twice. Yeah, we call it twice here. That's correct. So we need to get two results. So this is it. But I was trying to, most of the time I just remove this like this, and when I run, and also because I didn't bring the print inbuilt function, and once I remove the print inbuilt function like this, okay, I'll get only the first result, which is what? This, the last one, which is this. But if I bring the print function, I should get a 2. So the difference is just that I mostly use without a print, okay? And when we are dealing with more data analysis, you understand that sometimes the print is not important. Okay, all right. So it's a good question, guys. That's a good question. So when you run, you get the 2 results. Okay. Now let's move on to our password checker. All right. Let's move on to our password checker. Okay. So please, if you just join us, we have a Discord channel which is here, Darko Labs, and you can join by going to the YouTube. On the YouTube, my YouTube link is in my bio. You can check it on the TikTok bio. And if you go there, we have all the videos there. You can get the Discord link by here, and you can join us. Okay, all right. And all the recordings are also posted on YouTube. Now, we are saying that we want to check password, the strength of a password, and now we've set our doc strength. So what do we do? So what we are going to do is we are going to see, okay, let's set some if conditions, okay? And with this, we are going to look at the length of the password, and also we will set some condition if it's less than, let's say, 8 and all that, okay? Because mostly password should be more than 8 and all that, and also if it's less than 8, then we might say something, okay? We might say it's weak or it's not strong and all that. So now let's set our condition. So you see I'm dealing with the function body, right? So show how to round, please. Round. Josh, you said what? Show how to round. Round like how? I don't understand. So if the length, okay, which is an inbuilt method, so I'll bring my open and square bracket. If the length, okay, of the password, okay, if the length of the password is what? It's less than 8. So what do we do? If it's less than 8, what do we do? We return it's false. Okay, we return false, which is an inbuilt Boolean inbuilt keyword for us. So this is a keyword, inbuilt Boolean keyword for us. So here I'm saying that if the length of the password is less than 8, then we return false. Okay, this is a condition we are setting. Another condition, if not any, okay, not any is also an inbuilt function. Take note. So I'm showing a lot of inbuilt functions. I think for the length, you guys know already. Round to 2 decimal places. Oh yeah, you just have to round it. You can round it to 2 decimal places. Yeah, but you have to do more coding here to round it. Okay. So now, if not any of that, then the character dot. So what are we getting? The character dot what? Is digit. So let me first finish with the code, then I'll be able to explain. Okay, so don't worry, I'll be talking whilst I'm writing the code, then I'll explain each line for you guys. So if not any of the characters dot is digit, then what do we do? Is digit, then we say for character in password. We use for loop here. We loop through. For character in password, then we return false. We return false, and then once we are done returning false, we need to set another if condition. So if not again, not any, if not any of that, Then return the character dot is lowercase. If it's lowercase, okay. Then for we bring our for loop for the character in password. Okay. Again, we return false. Set another condition again. I'm just trying to set conditions, okay? And that's how we understand it. We say we are checking some characters of a password from someone, okay? And those characters could be any character, it could be symbol, anything. So we are trying to check those characters. And when we check those characters, we are saying that if the length of that particular password is less than 8, if it's less than 8, we return false. So we are not going to even do it. If it's not any like characters, is they get for character in password, no. And if not in character, if it's not a lowercase for, if it's a lowercase in that characters, then no, and all that. We are returning false, false, false. And now let's look at the upper. So let me just copy this condition and just change it instead of, oh sorry, instead of lower, I'll just make it upper. Okay, it's upper. Okay, all these are inbuilt methods in Python. Okay, so if not in any is negate, if not in any character is lower, if not in any is uppercase. Return false again. All right, now if not any, okay, inbuilt, inside the inbuilt, if not any character in, so here we are going to look at some, we are going to set some specific characters that oh, it's supposed to be, yeah, if not any car in, yeah, in, so we are not yet done, that's why. So if not any, okay, if not any characters in, we are going to set our characters. If they are not part of, if the one the person will enter, they are not part of our characters, then we will return false again. So let's say if they are not this, if they are this, let's use at, let's use hash, let's use what else, dollar sign, right? Where's the dollar sign? Dollar sign. Let's use modulo. Let's use, I'm trying to look at those strong things. Let's look at let's look at amper, let's look at star, let's look at bracket, open bracket, close, let's look at underscore, and then let's look at plus. So now I'll put this in a quotation mark. I'll put this in a quotation mark. See? Now, so I'm saying that if not in any of these characters, okay, if the password the person enters is not part of any of these characters, okay, then what I will do for the car in password, so to go and check all the characters in password, and if it's not in any of these, then we return false. So I will come back like this, and then I will return false. Okay, now we are done, and our last one will be we return false again. Hey, sorry, we return false too much, so we return true now. Okay, so now all that we are doing here is we are saying that we are checking the strength of a password. Okay, check if the password is strong or not, and for us to check, this is how the condition is. Okay, we are saying that if the length of the password is less than 8, then we will return false. Else, if not in any of these, and if not in any of, so this is just the digits of the password, and then if the password is in the lower case, is in uppercase. So we are checking every digit in lowercase and uppercase, and also in terms of these characters. Okay, then we get all of them in the password, and then we can return false. Else we will return true. Okay, else we return true. So let's look at it. So let's call. So once we call, you guys will understand. So calling the function. So let's call the function. So let me just go and copy the function here. Okay, here. So let's call. So please type the password. Someone should type a password and I'll run and see. So now let me use the print so we don't have any issue. Okay. So print to bracket this, to bracket that. Okay. Now I need to replace this password. So give me a password. So we are printing is strong a password. So what is strong? Where is it? Okay, someone give me this. Why is the inbuilt char method reference before the for loop? Yeah, it's inbuilt. It's reference because we first go here in a for loop. We first go through the for loop, and then once we check, once we reiterate over the password, then we check if it is an uppercase or is lowercase. Okay, so basically the for loop do the iterations inside the main parameter, which is the password, before we. So once it's doing the iteration, okay, once it's doing the iteration, then it will be checking if there is any uppercase. That's it. Okay, that's why it comes before the for loop, and that's how we structure it. Okay. No, I don't have to bring else because we're having return. Because of the return, I don't need to bring else that. No, that would be so long programming. Okay. All right, that's a good question. So now let's put the password someone wrote. Someone wrote PASSCHJI hash. So this is what someone wrote. Why am I? Why am I? So print is strong password. So let me. I think that the carry back. This is for this. This is. Have I deleted anyone? Let me add another one. Okay, let me go here. Oh, okay. So inside this, I just pass my password. So it's a password. So it's a string. So PASSCHJI hash. Okay. So now let's run this. So when I run this, so you see it's false. It means that first is it uppercase 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have uppercase, we have A, we have small letters, we have J, we have I, we have hash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. So it's not less than 8. So we are just returning false. It means we are good to go. The password is what? False. Now let's look at another one. Let's say we wrote something like this. Let's say we wrote something like strong PWD. So you see it will tell us true because this is also a different. So let's see. Oh, it should tell us true. Strong STR. Okay, let me put number here. Okay, so we can get true. So you see, the moment I put number here, number 0, we get true. It means this is not part of the characters. So it's true that the password check if the password is strong or not. So this is what? True. This is strong and all that. Okay? So it's as simple as that. It's just a simple logic. Yeah, no number. So I just place the number here and it will be true. Okay? So it's just a simple understanding that we just need to understand how functions are being structured and how you can define your functions, call your functions, and all that. And you see how we are calling it? Yes. Should we look at another one? Do I have another one in mind? Okay, let's look at real case scenario. Okay, so let's calculate so that you guys understand function. Let's calculate the total costs. Okay, the total cost of items in a shopping cart. So you understand when you are doing your groceries and buying stuff on Amazon and all that. You can't see my screen. Guys, please, can you see my screen? I think my screen is clear. No, we don't use else if. Are they? Hey, Ash. We are not using else if because we are returning. So we are using the return takes in place of all that. Okay? This is function. So mostly the if doesn't really help us. You see here, even though we were returning, but we're using if because we pass two parameters. But currently we are only passing one parameter. So we don't need the if. Okay? Alright. So always check that based on the parameters, that is how you program. Okay? It's based on your parameters, then you program based on your parameters. And you saw that first we were basing on two parameters, that's why you were seeing the if. But now we are just based on one parameter, so we don't need the if, the return can work for us. Okay. So let's calculate the total cost of items in a shopping cart. Okay. So let's say def calculate underscore total underscore cost. Okay. Now inside in a shopping cart, so my parameter will be cart. Okay. Now in this, what I will do is, guys, can you see my screen? Yes or no? Can you see my screen? Okay, you can see my screen. Yes. Okay. So def calculate underscore total underscore cost. So the category is here, which is our parameter or our variable name cart. And now here we are going to say total underscore cost. Okay, we initialize it to 0. Okay, let's initialize it to 0 first. Okay, so we don't have any cost. So now our total cost is 0. You get a concept here. Our total cost now is 0. Now please let's like, let's share, let's follow for others to join. Remember, we have our YouTube channel. All the videos, the training videos are posted there. On our Discord, we have the Discord link which you can join our Discord. This is our Discord. Everything is well structured on our Discord. This is an AI bootcamp, and you are welcome to Darko Labs. This is an AI bootcamp where we learn everything about AI. And for us to be good with AI, we need to first master Python. That is why you guys are seeing we are learning Python. Okay? Alright. Now you see that I have a function called calculate total cost, and my category, my parameter variable is cat. Now I'm first initializing my total cost to be 0 so that my program or the computer understands that okay, currently we have our total cost is 0. Okay. Now I'll use for loop, which is simple for me. So for item, so any item the person adds to his shopping cart, we are getting it. We will be iterating over that particular data. So for item in that particular cart, okay. Oh, sorry, in a cart. So for item in cart, okay. So what do? We get the total underscore cost, okay. We get the total underscore cost. Now you know this trick. Plus equal to item, okay. And what are we getting? We are getting the price, okay. I will explain, don't worry. We are getting the price multiplied by what? The item, okay, which is the quantity. This is our calculation. This is our what do we call it? Our program, our function code, okay. So we are saying that this is the same as me saying this total is equal to, okay, this one plus that. So I just have to do it in a simple way, okay, plus equal to then this. So I'm going to add, I'm going to make it plus plus plus, okay. So I'm saying that for item in your category, when you look through, this is the condition I'm checking here. The total cost is equal to item price times the item quantity, okay. All right, no comment. Okay. So total cost is what? Item price times what? Item quantity. Okay. So now all that I need to do is what? What do I need to do? I just need to return. What do I return? Yes, in the comment section. What do I return? In the comment section. What do I return? Guys, let's go. Why do I return? What do I return in the comment section? What do I return? Total cost, right? Good, total cost. So I'll return my total cost. That's correct. So now I'm going to return my total cost. So now this is our function, okay? This is our function. We are saying that we have a function that calculates the total cost of a particular cart, a shopping cart, and definitely for a shopping cart, the person will be selecting some items, and automatically we initialize our total cost to be 0, and we are saying that we will iterate over those shopping items. So we are saying that for item in cart, so the cart that the person will enter, we will say item, we will store it in a temporary variable called items. And now this is our calculation. We are saying that the item, the price of the item times the quantity, okay? Then we put it in the item. Now, then we return the total cost. Now let's look at how we can do this, okay? So let's look at the example, okay? Example of cart data, okay? So now you see we have this function. We want to use an example data for this function to work for us. So we are going to call them, okay? Now what I will do is I will say cart. I'll create a list of what items. You know list now. I'm going to create a list of items, and inside the list I'm going to set my dictionaries. Oh, sorry. So I didn't bring my equals here. So now I have a list of cards, and inside this, so I'm going to set my dictionaries. Okay, I'll have my first dictionary. Let's get some 3 data. Okay, another dictionary. Let's get about 3 data. Another dictionary. So now what I'm doing here is I'm going to have a list of categories. Sorry, carts, shopping categories. Okay, and within this shopping cart data, I have a function that does the calculation for me to get the total cost for the items the person selected. You get the logic? So now what I'm going to do here is, inside this card I have a list, and inside the list I am adding a dictionary. Okay, you see how I'm applying everything here. Inside this category I created a list because it's going to be shopping items, so definitely we are going to have it in a list form. And in that list I want to have the key and then the value. The key, what did the person buy and what was the cost? What did the person buy and what was the price, the cost price? You understand? So the person bought A and the cost price was 20. The person bought B and the cost price was 50. You guys get the logic? Good. So now what I'll do is I'll come to each dictionary like this, and I will say that, and I'll say, let's say name. Okay, so name, what is the name? And then outside the name I will say my value will be what? Let's say apple. The person first bought apple, right? Now comma, another one, what will be the price of this apple? So price, and then what will be the price of this apple? Let's say what should be the price of apple? Let's say $2. Let's say 2.0. Okay, now comma, what was the quantity of this apple? So quantity, okay, quantity outside, let's say the quantity is, let's say 4. Okay, so you see how I'm setting my data. This is data, I'm collecting data. So I'm saying that inside my list I want to have a list of items, and my first item is apple, and the price of the item of the apple is $2, and then the quantity, currently we have 4 quantities in our stock. Okay, so the same approach, I come here, I say name, sorry, let me put it as a string. So name, outside the name, it's dictionary, so key value. Okay, so this is the key, this is the value, this is the key, this is the value, this is the key, this is the value. So now I come here, and the name is going to be, so let me just copy this entire thing here so we don't waste time. Okay, the same thing here so we don't waste time. Okay, all right, then I'll just change, instead of apple I'll make it, let's say banana. banana, and then instead of apple here, I'll make it orange. Okay, and now the price will still maintain, the quantity will still maintain. Now, what is the, oh, I spelled this banana. Okay, the price of this, let's make it, let's say $3. Okay, let's make it $3. And then the price of the orange, let's make it $7. Okay, and then now the quantity, let's say for instance, let's make this one 6, and then let's make this one, let's say 3. Now you see, I'm having this data. Now this is my collection of list of items. So this is my stock. This is the stock already I have. And with this, I have a function that does the calculation for me to get my total cost. Okay? So all that I will need to do is what? Call the function. So I will call the function. Calling the function. Okay? So now if I want to call the function, what's the function name? Is this. I copy this entire function name. Now, so any item the person selects, that is anything the person selects, that is why we are using here item. So that we go to the category, the cart, the shopping cart, this is our stock, and the item the person selects from our stock, then we store it in this particular temporary variable called item. So it means that when I put any value here or anything here, okay, if I call the function here cart, which already have the data here, so this will calculate all of them for me. So now I have the data here, which is cart. You know, in place of cart, I will have entered all of these things here. But now you see how I'm calling it. I'm calling it based on this data, which I've assigned all of them to this variable, which is a list. So I'm saying that calculate total cost for the entire data here. So first, it will calculate the total cost for this item the person selected, which was the apple. The price is this, and this was the quantity. It will calculate the banana. It will calculate the what? The orange. So it will only use this cart here. With the help of my list and my dictionary, I have the data. But bear in mind, in the main real world one, you see, most of these things are in a database or in an Excel sheet, which when we get to data analysis, you understand how we can also get these data from the Excel data frame, and then we use this function. Okay, all right. So when I run this, okay, and I say print, what do we print? We print what? Our total cost. Total cost. Total underscore cost. We're supposed to get a total cost. Yeah, I've not initialized it. That's why. That's why I was confused. It's equal to this. Yeah. So we get a total cost here. So you see, so we have total underscore cost is equal to calculate total underscore cost cut. So this is our function. You see how I'm using the function here? This is the function. This is a variable for our total cost. Okay, this is the total cost we are returning. And first, our total cost was 0. Okay, so if let's say this was not there, let's say we don't have this data. Let's say we don't have this data. Okay, and we run, we will get total cost to be 0. So you see we are getting error because we don't know total cost. Okay, name cart is not defined because I passed it here. So I can make it this empty, run, and still get it wrong because calculate is missing one positional argument, which is cart, because I have passed it here. You see, so I don't want it to be complicated. So all that I need to do is bring my cart here, and when I run now it's telling me that cart is equal to this. Let's see the invalid syntax. Perhaps we forgot a comma. Yeah. I forgot comma here. Comma. Okay. Now it should work. Good. So now you see our total cost for these entire items the person picked. Our total cost is what? 47. So now automatically you see on your POS screen, hey, your cost is $47, and then you pay. Okay, so these are what happens at the back end. There are functions that are calculating all the things that you pick. So when you scan, you take your device, your phone like this, you scan, you take your scan, take your scan, then it will be doing the calculation at the back end of the program. And then based on that, you get your total cost as quickly as possible. So this is basically how we calculate the total cost of items in a shopping cart. You see? And it's very simple. It's very simple. With the help of a list, a dictionary, and functions, and also for loop, we are able to do this in simple steps. Alright? We can look at more. We can look at so many things. We can look at even the factorials of a number using recursion and all that. So please do more practice, practice more on it, do more examples, which I'll post some kind of why is my okay. I'll post more examples and practice exercises on the Discord so you guys can practice more on these sessions. And you will be strong in functions, okay? Functions is very simple. First, you have to understand the parameters, and based on the parameters, you understand what you need to do in the function body, and based on that, then you can be calling them any way you want to call in your program. All right.